Kendrick and Drake have been trending, and some people are saying they are bringing the best out of each other as artists, but they're not bringing the best out of each other. They are bringing the worst out of each other as men. Now, I don't even know if it's the best as artists, okay? I'll leave that for you to judge. But this beef has been going on for a while now, so I'm going to run down some timeline for this so that you get a clear understanding of what is going on before we get to another video which will show you how some man tried to get into this black people business. Okay, I hope that you're doing all right, majesties. Welcome back. If it's your first time coming on here, please do subscribe and join the family. So let me roll this video so that we are all caught up. Okay,
if you have been wondering what the hell is going on between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, I got you. I'm gonna break it down for you in like a couple minutes. In 2011, Drake drops his probably best album, Take Care. He has a feature with Kendrick on that album titled Buried Alive. But at the time, Kendrick was very up and coming and Drake was on his second album. In 2012, Drake would go on to ask Kendrick and A$AP Rocky, who he now also has beef with, to be his opening acts on tour. In 2013, Kendrick is featured on the song Control with Big Sean, where he calls out a lot of the big names in rap and pretty much says, hey, I got a lot of love for y'all, but I'm trying to unalive y'all. And Drake and Big Sean were two of the names that he calls out. Later that year, Kendrick comes for Drake again at the BET Awards Cypher, where he says, nothing's been the same since they dropped Control, and tucked a sensitive rapper back into his pajama clothes, and then also calls Drake a fake. In October 2023, Drake and J. Cole link up for the song called First Shooter. In J. Cole's verse, J. Cole says, I love when they argue who's the hardest MC. Is it K. Dot? Is it Aubrey? Or is it me? And if you didn't know, K. Dot was Kendrick Lamar's original stage name before he was Kendrick Lamar. J. Cole also says, we the big three like we started the league. In March of this year, Kendrick is featured on a song called Like That with Future and Metro Boomin, where he says, MFing big three, it's just me. Basically saying, big three who? In April, Drake would go on to release his first diss track called Push Ups. In the song, he basically clowns Kendrick for being 5'5". He also brings up Lamar's previous record label, Top Dog, saying, Top Dog told you drop and give me 50 like it's push-ups, but what he's referring to is like 50% of all of his earnings go to the label. Drake drops another diss track called Taylor Made Freestyle. In the song, he suggests that Kendrick is likely waiting for Taylor's new album to drop so that he could then drop his diss track. Now, if y'all remember, Kendrick's first #1 was actually featuring on Taylor Swift's Bad Blood, and Drake suggests that Taylor is basically Kendrick's new top dog. Kendrick hits back with the song called Euphoria. In it, he calls out Drake's alleged plastic surgery. He comes for Drake's skin color, asking how many more black features do you need to feel black enough? And he also calls out Drake and his label, saying that they submitted a cease and desist to try to get the song Like That Kendrick originally made off the radio. Just yesterday, Kendrick then drops a response. In the song, he asked Drake if he's ever considered that someone on Drake's label OVO is working for him. And he also calls out Drake for paying to get info on Kendrick. The same day, Drake comes out with the song called Family Matters. He calls out Kendrick for being a fake activist. He also questions why Kendrick would call him out on his skin color when his long-term partner is a mixed queen. And Drake is mixed too. He also alleges that Kendrick has hit his partner, asking, when you hit a girl, is it self-defense because she's taller than you? Saying that Kendrick had to hire a crisis management team after finding out about her infidelity and hitting her. And literally just minutes later, Kendrick responds with a song called Meet the Grams, where he does 4 different verses. One is addressed to Adonis, Drake's son. One is addressed to Sandra, Drake's mom. One is addressed to Drake. And another verse is addressed to this baby girl who is 11 years old, who is allegedly also Drake's daughter, who he never sees, has never spoken publicly about. He calls out Drake for allegedly having offenders of the Nicki Minaj's husband type on payroll. It is brutal. He calls Drake a deadbeat, an alcoholic, a user of substances. He tells Adonis, don't cut corners like your daddy did, F-O-Zempic. And in addressing that daughter that Drake has never spoken about, he says that instead of being with her on her 11th birthday, Drake is out in Turks and Caicos paying for physical activity with women. Oh, and he also calls out Drake for hiding other children besides those two. And that is all the beef we have so far. I'm here for it. I can't wait to see what comes next. But also, can we just talk about how every time Drake gets into beef with someone, he gains another love child?
whoo child, these men are talented. Like, how do you just keep on doing that in days, in hours? You get my point? Like, man. I don't know how this beef is sitting with y'all, but it is what it is. So that was a rundown of the whole lineup of what has been happening from way back, and now they're just making the internet go crazy at this point with what they're doing, the back and forth, going into their personal lives and bringing out other kind of thing and stuff like that. So let me know if you have a side in the comment section, okay? Let me know if you're beside, but that is what it is. So in the next video, you're going to see a man who is very, very nosy about this situation and wants to even get, temper with a black woman's career for shutting him up about this situation. Let's get to that video, okay? Thanks for watching this one. If you're not subscribed, do subscribe to this channel.